I am developing my own AI company at 18 years old, and I continue studying high school. It has been a large process and kind of difficult one, but being a teen and having so much ambition and vision of the things that you can do and take advantage of that is a really profitable thing. Because right now I have all the time in the world, and my company is called Manaso Systems. It runs a lot of things. The principal one and the one that I'm doing actually right now, it's to develop apps. The app that I did is one that tells you the best opportunities of Poly Market that is going to drop like in a week finally. The other one, it's one-on-one courses to enterprises, businesses, or companies so they can know how to implement AI and improve the work of their co-workers and their employees. And the other thing, it's actually implementing AI to those businesses. And that's the principal thing, because probably everyone right now knows about AI, but they only know the main chatbot or the normal things such as image creation, but everything is much deep. Not only about coding, but also about everything about LLMs, large language model, and it's complicated. And what my company is trying to achieve and actually achieving, because the results have been really good, is that AI could be possible for everyone. That AI doesn't matter if you don't have the time or the experience to actually improve and learn about it. You can actually implement it with the help of my company in a really simple and friendly way, and also not expensive, because AI can be really good for everyone if they want and they know how to apply it. We're gonna arrive to a point in which there's super intelligence and everything is about AI, and all of the companies, all of the businesses are going to be with it. So I'm taking advantage right now of the necessities of the world and also of my country. I live in Mexico, so I want to be an entrepreneur in this part of the world that isn't so saturated of people that is doing these things, and have all the time in the world, so I have all of the advantages too. I'm 18 years old. I can do whatever I want, and doing it in high school, probably there's a lot of people that is going to be telling you or saying bad things about the work that you're doing only because you're doing more than them. So that's also a really good thing, to stop caring about what others says and actually start working on your projects. Let me show you. Right now here, this is Cloud Code basically in anti-gravity, and I installed all of these chatbots. Each one is an agent that is helping me. So it's really good. I have multiple workspace, also Cloud Code, so I can run it from my phone. And you are using a lot of apps such as Vercel for the storage of the things. So this is the app, but it's only the backup. It isn't finished yet. That design, I need to upgrade it. So you can be working and doing all of this, and it's possible if you want to take the time of building something that in a couple years, because it isn't instantly, you can be profitable with time. Probably on the internet you're watching, everyone says, oh, you can build these in 30 minutes with AI. That's not real, actually. It's much more complicated than that. And that's also a thing that my company is trying to solve for the businesses. That they might think that something is easy, and when they try to do it, it's much more difficult, and it takes much more experience and time, because you need to know the things. I don't know coding that much, but I have agents that are on my phone, that are on my computer, that I can talk anytime, and it's different from normal chatbots, and they know how to code, and they help me with all of that. But if you don't know or you don't have experience, there's no way. And that's another thing that the people should be doing. It's installing their own agents, and I know that in the future this is going to be so hard, because if you have agents, it's like an extension of yourself everywhere, in which they can be thinking and doing things without your presence or without even your own computer or your own phone. They can be working by themselves in the cloud, such as right now it's OpenClaw and Hermes, but in the future surely they're going to change, because this is updating every single day. So how do you do for be upgrading yourself? What I do is having an agent that every day tells me that's the things that are upgrading and that I should be changing, but only until a certain point. Because if I'm changing and trying to be better in the tools that I'm using every single day, you're gonna get lost. There's no way for doing that. So you need to have a deadline. At what point are you actually going to change to the other next best thing? I'm using Cloud Code right now, but probably the best one could be Codex. I don't really like Codex, but that's only an example. So you can have lots of ideas of businesses. And what I'm really good at is thinking about the thing that I can do, actually start doing it, but then think another thing that I can do at the same time in parallel, and each one is going to be helping the other one. So when I started developing the app and I started learning, I said, okay, I'm learning, I can teach it. So while I teach to businesses and I create my app, I get experience for me and for the other ones, and I also get money so I can put the money for building things. Because building with AI might be cheap, but not that cheap. You actually need money. And if you're in high school, it's kind of difficult. So you need to be working and be doing that. And when I did the two things at the same time, I started to build a company, Monotone Systems. And another thing that I went out the idea yesterday was making also AI that answer the phone calls of the businesses. And that's a really big thing, because in the future, a couple years, and I will be the principal one in Mexico that's going to be doing that. All of the businesses, all of the restaurants, the dentists, everyone, they're going to have automatic AI that answers the calls with voices that you are not going to even notice that that's an AI. And each time it's going to be much cheaper. Like, for example, you only need the API of 11 Labs and another API of any chatbot such as ChatGPT or Claude, so it can give you the answers and the system. But all of this is really easy. And if you arrive to a point in which your company grows that much that you can have something that is running locally, you can have a so potent model that is going to run locally in your device, in your big device, that is not going to be asking you for API points. So that's also really, really great, but that's when you scale it. And I know that I'm going to scale my company and my startup. I don't know a lot of people that makes startups in high school in Mexico, so I want to be just of the few ones. I'm an entrepreneur, and by when I enter to university, that's in 1 year, I want to pay it by myself. I want to be able to be doing that, and I want to be big in that sense. I don't want my parents to be spending money after I'm 19 years old. I want to be able to be paying for my things. And there's probably a lot of people, or even your parents, tell you that you're thinking wrong, or your mind is in another place, you're not thinking as a reality. But what do they win when they tell you all of that? Nothing. If I think that I can do it and I'm working 12 hours a day for achieving it, and I'm trying to get the process faster and better, and eventually it will work. The thing that you need to have is a mentality, because you have the time and the opportunity. So take the advantages that you have. Everyone has advantages. So be aware of them and take advantage of them. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to be making much more videos so you can learn how to do it and about my process. I know that I'm going to be really rich and I need support for doing it, but by myself it's alright. You can run a multi-million-dollar company by yourself if you put enough years of practice for doing it, and if you do the things correctly. Bye.